Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back to Sam & Max Season 3, Episode 1. Let's return to the game. So we were looking at the car
You guys ready to
last
help
time.
us fight crime?
We're still on the search for new recruits.
If you spot any unused office equipment, be sure to hook a brother up.
So we want to see if we can drive somewhere. So let's consult the city map. Seems like we can go to Boss Tech Labs. And I bet we need to do that. Although, you know, it wouldn't make a lot of sense to do that right now. Let's go talk to Super Ball. Let's
It's a good thing Sybil packed all her junk
check
into these
Sybil's
boxes for
stuff.
safekeeping.
Let's talk to, what was this guy? Scone Cape? Yeah. And then talk to Super Ball first. Then we'll go check out Boss Tech's Labs. Right now we've got only this hat and the jumper cables and this vacation ticket, so I'm not seeing any combination of those items that would actually be useful.
Hello, sir. Mr. President.
President, you are the ruler of this planet?
Oh no, I'm just President of the United States. We're only one of many united nations working
You're
together
alone
to
here, sir.
achieve...
You can speak freely.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm in charge pretty much.
Perfect. Just the one I wanted to see.
Keep the hands where we can see them, pal.
But of course. I have come to your pitiful, beautiful world for a peaceful exchange of technology. All the wonders of the galaxy, yours.
What's the catch?
No catch. All I ask in return is your help while my research assistants search for an artifact of interest to my people.
Let's ask him about Super Ball.
What are you doing here, Agent Superball?
As you know, sirs, when you appointed me Secretary of the Posterior, that placed me in command of the Department of Homeworld Security.
I didn't know we had one of those. Did you, Max?
Heck if I know. As soon as they gave me a button that shoots ballistic missiles and a hotline to Mila Jovovich, I lost interest in everything else.
Well, I investigate visitations from aliens, abductions, violations of the time stream, lost continents, myth and legends, that kind of thing.
Let's ask about the alien brain, I guess.
Not to point fingers or anything, but we couldn't help noticing that disembodied alien brain floating in a jar on board your ship.
How much do you want for it?
Oh, it's not for sale, my friends. That brain is all that remains of my colleague, Gordon, Joe Hansen, son. He fought by my side for many years and gave his life to find the great artifacts. He was a great warrior. He really had an eye for toys, and he was a good friend.
Toys. Interesting. So the artifacts are toys?
You're not from around here, are you?
Guilty. You could tell by the accent, right? No, I have traveled from a planet hundreds of light years away from your own. It was once a beautiful, swampy and muggy world, the air dancing with swarms of mosquitoes, the stillness of the nights punctuated only by the mewling of infants and the drunken revelries of toothless secessionists. Its name would be impossible for your earth tongues to pronounce, but my people know it as Pensacola.
Let's ask him about the artifact then.
What's this about an artifact?
It is the eyes of Yog-Sothoth, one of hundreds of magical toys scattered throughout the galaxy by the Great Comet.
It's believed to give the holder the power to see the future.
What a coincidence!
He was just saying how he wished he could see the future, so he and I would stop showing up to work wearing the same thing.
It gets pretty awkward.
So he's looking for the item we already have.
Just wondering, how much do you pay for security on a ship like that?
Security?
You know, laser grids, explosive time locks, that kind of thing.
We're just curious.
My spaceship and the wonders aboard it are open to all the feeble peoples of Earth.
It's no fun when they don't put up a fight.
I tend to agree there.
Does the General want a banana?
I see. Because I resemble your Earth gorillas, you assume I want a banana. I'm glad to see that Earthlings are still so charmingly racist.
Relax, buddy. We're just making sure you're getting enough potassium. All right, we'll let you know if we find that artifact.
After clearing it through the Department of Homeworld Security first. Just a formality.
Go in peace.
So... let's switch to Max and use this. And what can we use future vision on? Let's start with the car. Is that a sock driving the car with a fish in it? It's a chicken driving the car. So I think Max is just completely insane and hallucinating these things.
See you wherever that is, then. Oh, my love. Gee, little buddy. Here in 2109, our street looks pretty much the same as it did 100 years ago.
Keep moving, Earthling. Emperor Skunkape II has demanded tribute.
You used to be so much cooler, Max.
Alright, that's interesting. Why can I look down at the ground? Or up here? When we know there's not going to be anything there.
Yes. Ha ha ha. Yes. Yes.
Well, that looks like that's as good as it's gonna get. So I think we've seen everybody's future, haven't we? Or did we not look in the subway as far as future things? I don't think we looked in the subway. And then we'll go to Bosco's lab. And then hopefully we'll find something. But figure out what we're doing here.
Future vision.
Let's check on Sam. So we know we're gonna come out of that. We know we're gonna
Now
walk.
I just want to know how we get over there.
Me too. Knowing us, it's probably something clever but overly complicated.
Sign. Wouldn't you like to know? Next chain. Wouldn't you like to know?
Oh, that's unpleasant.
Well, if Max sticks his hand in the pudding, then let's reminisce about the gumball
This broken
machine
gumball
first.
machine always makes me wistfully nostalgic for earlier times.
Like that time we smashed this gumball machine. That was great.
So now that future Sam does this, let's
Even though he can't think, has no arms, and is made of pudding, there's something about Puddinhead Lincoln that'd get my vote.
Don't vote for Puddinhead. He's soft on crime. Get it? Soft?
So if I switch to max now, and then like max mode seems to stay stationary, so he can't actually interact with that. And since we don't have a real reason to stick our hand in the pudding, it seems like it's not going to let us do it. So we know at the core we want the demon breath and the power core. And we're going
I miss Grandpa Stinky and his blasphemous recipes.
Yeah, we were there. That was obviously a hint. That we're supposed to go over there and do that, but yeah, it doesn't make sense. Drive somewhere, Boss Tech Labs. So we're just on a different street now? Season 3 gets us a new street. Yay. Seems like you're pretty much limited in where you can walk. Yep. Pretty much stuck.
I could climb this thing to get a better perspective on the situation, but I need to get higher. The name Bosco and science go together like church and state. No, I already took care of that before we left.
Let's check out Max here and just make sure.
Future vision.
We might as well just constantly use it. Future vision with Sam, future vision with the banner, future vision with the entrance.
Well, that knocked him out cold.
Do it again! Do it again!
2 in 1 blow, and without any significant injuries either.
So we're gonna get attacked, it looks like. Let's just walk to the door. So what's the point of the ability to see the future when you don't know when in the future it happens?
Spooky.
Mama Bosco?
Get out.
Get out of here! It's Sam and Max!
Harry Molman.
Hiya, Harry. We were looking for Mama Bosco.
Do not be afraid! Mama Bosco has passed on to the other realms, but I shall attempt to establish a link to...
There she is. Very good looking.
Oh, hey guys.
Mama Bosco sends greetings from the ethereal plains.
Welcome to the labs. You're my first visitor.
Wait, I was your first visitor.
Right.
Game saved. So let's look at the skeleton painting.
Oh, one of Jan Hooksverhand's rare portraits. It took so long to finish a painting, his subjects often died while posing.
Let's open the wardrobe. Not use the elevator quite yet.
Wonder what's in here.
Don't open it, Sam! It probably leads to a fantastic land of wonder and thinly disguised religious allegory.
Good call, Max. We already wasted enough time poking around that toll booth.
So the floor is missing here. So we can just, I guess, quickly go this way. Try to use future vision on everybody.
My missing power core. I knew you were the right one to find it, Flint Paper.
It was nothing.
Thanks, Sam and Max. This is exactly what I need to turn my life around.
Harry's got a great big wonderful surprise waiting for him.
And to think all it took was this. Are you sure you can't make those future visions last a little longer, Max?
That would take all the fun out of it.
So I guess what we're gonna do is end up giving him the card that gives him the vacation, quote unquote. Actually turns him into fuel for Skunk Ape's ship.
My missing power core. I knew you were the right one to find it, Flint Paper.
Oops.
It was nothing.
So clicking on the dimensional destabilizer in Mama Bosco does the same thing. It seemed to be monitoring and putting obey over that screen. It's the skeleton here. Nothing here. Nothing here. Let's look at Sam.
So long, suckers! Prepare yourselves, mole women of outer space. The love digger is on his way. Oh.
Seems like you have to hit 2 buttons to get back to Sam here. Maybe you don't. Maybe I'm just hitting it wrong.
It's Mama Bosco's dimensional destabilizer thing.
Push that green button. What's the worst it could do?
Tear a hole in the fabric of existence and bring the elder gods back to this dimensional plane.
Oh. What happens if you double-click it?
Let's look at the ectoplasm here.
Hey, neat. The eerie oozing remains of Mama Bosco's ghostly visitations.
Oh, that must be ectoplasmic jelly, 'cause ectoplasmic jam don't shake like that.
Study banks of screens.
If these findings are true, then that would mean it's scientifically impossible for Max and me to exist. Oh, no, wait. I was reading it wrong.
That's kind of funny. Well, it got me laughing out loud, so I'll give it its credit. Let's look at the crime alert.
Does anybody mind if I change the channel?
Is this the one with the space gorilla? Nah, I've already seen it.
Let's go talk to Harry Molman, I suppose.
I'm sensing that you want to ask me some questions.
Yes, you're right.
Are you sure that you're compatible with Mama Bosco?
Of course. I've been blessed with the unique ability to communicate with the recently deceased.
Only you can see me, huh? How many fingers am I holding up?
Only one. Ha! See? I am...
You know, Harry, we can all see and hear Mama Bosco.
That's just a manifestation of the unconscious... Oh, who am I kidding? You're right. I'm just useless.
Come on, Harry. You're not just useless.
He's right. You're totally useless.
If you can talk to the dead, maybe you know about psychic powers?
Sam's worried about my brain because I can see the future now.
Psychic powers? There's no such thing. They just made that up to sell documentary TV series back in the 70s.
See, Sam, there's nothing to worry about.
Well, unless they're caused by a giant deadly tumor.
What are you doing here, Harry?
I'm working as Mama Bosco's lab assistant.
I never hired him.
And she says I'm perfect for the job.
But you don't know anything about science.
Or hygiene.
Which means I'll never go mad and take over the lab for my own twisted experiments. I'm perfect.
I thought you already had a job.
Apparently, there was some kind of power shakeup. I got laid off. You guys aren't looking for another partner, are you?
We'll keep your resume on file in case there's an opening.
So let's give him the vacation ticket and see what that does.
Did you hear about General Skunkape's fabulous off-world vacations?
What mole man hasn't heard about it? It's the talk of the 5 boroughs.
Why don't you go try it out?
I was at a job interview when they gave out the tickets. By the time I got back, it was already too late.
Okay.
See you around, Harry.
And cheer up. You'll get what's coming to you.
That's what I'm afraid of. And ghosts.
So we'll give him the vacation ticket. We don't know what this is really gonna accomplish. I hate when in games you do something
all expenses paid vacation.
and you just have no clue what's gonna
actually
be the
have one
outcome.
of Skunkape's golden tickets? Well, that's a nice gesture, but I don't take charity. I'd have to give you something in return.
Okay, fine. What have you got?
Oh, lots of stuff. Like, nothing you'd want.
Interesting. So let's talk to him again.
I know all and see all.
They rearranged the dialogues, but they're both
See you around, Harry.
the same. Let's try to give him the hat.
This hard hat should only be used by people engaged in dangerous or questionable activity.
Let's talk to Mama Bosco, I guess.
What can I do for you boys?
Dr. Mama Bosco, your lab is actually pretty impressive. Bosco's inventions always kind of, well...
Sucked.
Yes. Well, he was always a special boy.
Where is Bosco?
You heard from Bosco?
He sent a few postcards. He and that Bluster Blaster machine finally made it to Las Vegas.
I didn't know Bosco liked gambling.
He said he's got a system. Plus $15 billion left over from the money that some idiots gave him for his inventions.
I'm sure those idiots had very good reasons.
That was them.
How's the afterlife treating you, Mrs. Mama Bosco?
That's Dr. Mama Bosco. I spent the summer getting my PhD online.
Yeah, I started to do that, but I kept getting distracted by all the funny cat pictures.
You don't know how to use computers, Max. What's your doctorate in, Mama Bosco?
Bridging the trans-dimensional gap to return spirits to their corporeal form. My master's was in funny cat pictures.
Sounds like you're tired of being a ghost.
Oh, it's not all bad. I'm getting better at apparating. And now I don't leave a trail of ectoplasmic slime behind every time I leave the room.
That's better than Sam can say.
But I'll be glad when I finish my dimensional destabilizer and get my body back. I miss touching things.
Yeah, touching is my 3rd favorite thing to do to things. In case anyone was curious, 2nd is licking.
Let's ask about the lab.
The new lab is, nice.
Thanks for saying so, but it needs work. Do you have any idea how hard it is to find abandoned real estate in Manhattan that's not already haunted?
It is a dyer's market.
I had to start reading the exorcism listings in the paper just to find a lead on this place.
Why didn't you just set up your lab in the inconvenience store?
Not everything happens on your street, Sam. Besides, that place isn't zoned for mixed-use haunting. They've got guys from the city coming by every day to evict me from this place. Only way to get rid of them is by making the walls bleed.
Let's ask about Skunkape.
Did you hear about the alien gorilla that landed on our street?
Yeah, it came through on the news alert. Something about sharing alien technology and ending all poverty and disease on Earth, right?
Well, yeah, but that's just one part of why he's evil.
I'm sure he's fine. I'm even gonna ask him if he can help me finish my dimensional destabilizer.
I'd be careful around that General Skunkape.
You two don't trust anybody, do you?
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, what are you trying to pull?
Just wait till he helps me with my inventions. Then you'll see he's not such a bad guy.
So we're just exhausting the dialogue here.
You're a doctor. Can you tell us anything about late-onset male psychic dysfunction?
Psychic powers? It's probably a melon-sized deadly tumor.
Probably.
Well, it could be mind worms, of course. But I don't want to be alarmist. Most likely it's the deadly tumor.
Couldn't Max just have the perfectly safe kind of non-lethal psychic powers?
Oh, it's Max. I'm sure it's nothing to worry about, then. Could you, have him stand a little farther away from my machines, though?
Are these psychic powers dangerous for Max at all?
Well, probably not, if he's careful and only uses them responsibly.
And what if it's Max?
Well, he'll overwork his brain so much that it catches fire and explodes.
Oh, I have got to see that.
You can't see that, Max. Your brain will catch fire and explode.
Well, that's why you'll have to record it for me, Sam. Duh.
What's the deal with Harry Molman?
I don't know. Some things science can't explain. If you're asking why he's here, he's been pestering me to be my research assistant or something.
The friendly spirit says she can only speak through her trusted medium.
Give it up, Harry.
Sorry.
Do you happen to know anything about a power core?
Where did you hear about that?
From magazines? About pamphlets?
I had a power core stolen from my lab.
Who do you think stole your power core?
No idea. I've got a, real detective on the case, though.
It's a good thing we're trying to steal it too, or we'd be offended by that remark.
Couldn't have come at a worse time either. I've almost got my dimensional destabilizer working, but the dimensional rift generator is useless without power.
Man, if I had a nickel for every time I didn't understand what you just said.
What did this
Keep
power
talking
core thing
about the
look
power
like?
core.
What a question. It looks like a power core. You know, that's like asking what a Vanderpump particle emitter looks like.
Okay.
See you on the other side, Dr. Mama Bosco.
Not if I can get this destabilizer working.
Is there... Let's grab the
I
weird
can't tell
ball
if that's
thing.
something Mama Bosco invented, or an award Mama Bosco got for inventing something.
Either way, it's pretty impressive.
Let's see. Let's read
Charmingly
the
outdated
textbooks.
science textbooks, from the Earth to the elaborate moon landing hoax.
What else do we have here? Didn't intentionally mean to activate that
It's going to take some real detective work to track down that missing power core.
So we know we want to talk to Flint Paper. We know we want to go back to Stinky's. Have we solved everything now? We haven't even triggered the point where Skunk Ape's characters are attacking us. Or anything. Let's look at the air conditioner.
Pretty cool. Not useful, though.
And then what else? We have a TV antenna. Let's take it.
This antenna is way too flimsy to support my weight.
Then
The
look
name
at the banner.
Bosco and science go together like church and state.
Switch to future vision. Let's see what we can see.
Well, that knocked him out cold.
Do it again! Do it again!
Nothing to do with that. Nothing to do with that. I can't even turn around and look at the other two items. Alright, so let's switch back here, I guess. I could try this with the antenna and see if that works. That kind of makes sense. And he just says, nah. So, we haven't really accomplished much in this episode, have we? We need to figure out... We need to get back to Stinky's and talk to Flint Paper. Maybe we've talked to enough people now that that is a viable thing to do. Straight and Narrow Street is where we live. I didn't know we were in New York, per se, but they're heavily mentioning that they are. It is slow progress, isn't it? I mean, if we just look here, we have the case. In the case, we have one more sentence. According to Max's vision, they need some demon broth and Mama Bosco's futuristic power core. And it looks like all the rest of it, the case was already there. And then suspects, we've run into several characters that are new. Like Harry Molman, Mama Basco, Skunk Age, Stinky, Super Ball, Bob Bell, Kurt 286, Chippy. Some more characters, and right now the future vision is the only power we have. And current case is the current episode.
I miss Grandpa Stinky and his blasphemous recipes.
Here we're getting the hint again. They're telling us to go here. We have the off-world vacation ticket, the hard hat, and the jumper cables. So at this level, I still have no clue whatsoever what is supposed to be happening or what is going on. Well, I know what's going on, I just don't know what I'm supposed to do to move the story forward. Anyways, though, that's gonna be it for this episode. Not a lot of progress, sorry to say. We did get through a lot of talking that we probably won't need to repeat. And the system does seem like it's going to be slightly better about telling us whether we need to repeat questions or not, which I guess is a slight improvement. But everything else seems a little different and a little strange. Anywho, that's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All that helps out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right is a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.